tactical leaping adventure, Jump King, or just Jump King. The title is very misleading. The real name should be Fall Flat on Your Face over and over and over and over again, Jump King. Also, I'm pretty sure that the dev is in some conspiracy with controller and keyboard manufacturers. The possibility of smashing them into pieces is quite big. They should be investigated. What I mean is that the game is hard but fair, and if you rage quit easily or pretend to be the Hulk, it's not for you. There is no story, just a goal. Reach the top, because according to the legend, of course there is a legend, there is a smoking hot babe at the top. That's it. And you don't need more. The game is not about the story. It's all about overcoming tons of challenges, aka gameplay. And hopefully by the time you reach the top, you still have your controller or keyboard in one piece. The gameplay is quite simple, but fun and executed perfectly. You can do just one thing, jump. Shocking, I know. The catch is, holding the jump button longer makes the jump higher. It's pressure sensitive. And that's it. Now you have to reach the... Oh... It's easier said than done. Also, you have to point the direction you want to jump, of course. I had to unlearn a couple of things like having air control of the character. You press the jump button while pointing the direction, release it, and where the character lands stays there. No sliding, with one exception, no momentum, no falling from the platform just because you stand on the edge. Sometimes you can land almost to the very last pixel. There is one more mechanic besides jumping, it's bouncing off walls. Often, you can't jump directly to the place you want because the angle is not good. Here where the bouncing comes to the rescue. You point the character at the opposite direction you want to jump, simple as that, almost like pool. And again, you have to be careful how much you hold the jump button. The bouncing is not communicated properly. There is only one hint you get, and that's if you even notice it. What I mean is, Jump King bounces from the walls when he hit them. I discovered the mechanic by accident. As you saw, you can move the character, you will adjust the position before jumping. However, with time and many retries, you will get used to jump without moving too much, but this depends from screen to screen. You don't die and return to a checkpoint. Your fate is much worse. You fall down and you can go back many screens, ending with a faceplant. And this is why I like and hate the game. A simple misjudgment can set you back, but it's also gratifying when you manage to overcome a session that gives you so much trouble, just to fail on the next screen. There are no levels in the traditional sense. Here you have screens with different environment and set of obstacles. Forest, sewers, abandoned village, castle, etc. Typical stuff. Each of them have 3 screens and they don't scroll. At first I wasn't a really big fan of that because I didn't know where exactly to jump above, but then I noticed you are given a hint on the screen before the jump. You see the down part of the platform where you have to go. After that you hold the direction and the jump button for max height and you're on to the next screen. If you think you can cheese the game with saving and reloading, forget it. Every screen is a save point. The graphics are fine, nothing memorable, but speaking of memorable, whoever is the sound designer did an excellent job. I was a bit disappointed with the lack of music, but after that I noticed the environmental sounds and some ambient tracks. I was really focused on progressing, so it took me time to notice them. They are top notch and very good quality. Okay, there are 2 tracks, one in the main menu, which is okay, you don't stay there for long, and one at the ending screens. That one is really good. It could be easily be in some AAA game. Very uplifting and totally fitting, make you give your best performance, but you probably faceplant. This leads me to my only gripe, and it's a nitpick. Most of the sound design tends to be on the realistic side, with the exception of all the noises that the Jump King makes, typical 8-bit sounds. It kinda clashes with the rest and I didn't particularly like them. But as I said, it's a nitpick and highly subjective. There is one more, but I wouldn't say it's an issue exactly. There is one jump in the abandoned village, very precise one, which is the exact problem. There were a lot of times that I felt I should go through the intended way, but instead of that the character slides down. This is the only place I felt that the game is a bit unfair. Maybe a little adjustment, if it's possible, will be appreciated. I saw people comparing the game to Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Maybe to some extent it is. It's a hard game that demands precision and every fail is entirely your fault. Actually, I'm quite surprised for myself for liking the game. I'm not too much into precision platformers, I don't play much these type of games. Maybe that's why I liked it. I was constantly thinking one more try after each faceplant. And this is because the game is fair. I played the game with keyboard to test it and it works great, but I prefer controller in this case. It detected without a problem my PS2 one. I saw already people speedrunning the game and the guy I watched beat it in 7 minutes. It took me 15 hours to reach the top, I know, but hey, at least I saw the end. And the legend is... cool stuff. One thing worries me, the price. It's $13 or £11 and I wonder if the price will prevent from selling well. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it may stop people from buying it and waiting for a sale. Maybe if it was a little bit cheaper, just a little bit, it could probably sell well, but this is just a theory of mine. The game is not mechanically deep, but what it does it extremely well, and I would highly suggest to support the dev, especially if you are into challenging platformers or beating your head against the wall. For the rest, maybe wait for a small discount. If you get angry really fast, then you'll probably need spare peripherals.